what's going on, guys? Crow Murder 15 here with a special episode of Vlog because this is the last episode of 2022. Wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do the last episode for this year, basically talking about how I felt this year went, what all's been going on, what my plans are for 2023, and so on. So I just wanted to come on here before Christmas rolled around, because I'm going to be actually pretty busy the next few days. I'm going to be going out of town, so I wanted to come on here and record the last episode of the year and check in on you guys, see how y'all are doing, and let you know what all's going on with me. So, of course, as many of you have seen, the streaming has basically just stopped until the end of the year, which is basically how it's going to stay. Is I'm not going to be streaming until the beginning of 2023. Mainly because, and I've talked about this in a few past episodes, and it's been something that I wanted to talk about for this last episode, is this was the first year that I really experienced burnout from content creation. It's the very first year that I've truly experienced that. I mean, there's been times where I've missed a stream here or there, or I haven't done anything content-wise for a little bit of time, and then I went back to it. This was the very first year that I felt like that I've truly experienced the burnout, because it felt like the streaming was starting to become more of a chore and not something that I was enjoying doing, and I didn't have the energy to do it. So I just decided, you know what, this is just going to be it. I'm going to take a break for this before I decide, I never want to do this again, and truly just say screw it, because I enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but it got to the point where I wasn't. So I decided, for my own benefits and stuff, to take a break. Now going into 2023, though, I'm going to be getting back into streaming and all that kind of stuff, and trying my best to take it easy with it, not have as big of a schedule and stuff, but we're just gonna have to see how that goes. Honestly, I feel like I'm still trying to process 2022, heck, even trying to process 2020, because I feel like, and this is gonna sound weird because this is actually the title of the episode, is I almost feel like the past 3 years have been part of a trilogy. Like 2020, 2021, and 2022 have been like the trilogy of bad year. And I'm hoping that the start of 2023 starts like the start of good years. I'm not saying that this year has been all bad. It's just been extremely hectic. It's been busy. I switched jobs. I moved to a new apartment. So it's been nuts. So it has been all bad. I mean, there's been definitely some great things that have been going on, getting growth on TikTok. Honestly, all the social media is little steady growth, and it's better than nothing, so I greatly appreciate that. But it feels like a lot of people are still processing from the past 3 years almost, and we're already getting into 2023 soon. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that my theory is correct, and we just went through like the trilogy of bad years. I know it sounds stupid, but just I've said crazier things before, so. But it's just been one of those years that it has definitely been a roller coaster ride. There has definitely been some extreme highs. There's definitely been some extreme lows, and it's just been definitely one of those years. Now, going into 2023, I definitely have projects lined up that I want to actually continue and finish. Of course, finally getting back into my top 10 countdowns. I'm still in the process of working on one, which actually there's another one that I am starting to plan, but I have to sit down with DX Kramer with this one, because he's the one that came up with the idea and wanted to do it with me. So we're going to sit down sometime after New Year's and start discussing and start planning, script writing, audio recording, and all that kind of stuff. Eventually, and I kind of noticed this, I fell off the bandwagon with this a while back, is I finally want to finish the Nat 1 series, because there's only like 2 or 3 episodes of what I like to call season 1 to complete, and then I'd like to start a season 2 eventually. because season 1 was basically going over all the basics of Dungeons and Dragons, all the kind of need knows, and then season 2, what I wanted to do was go over all the different races and classes of D&D. Now, I'm not going to be going into any extended stuff. I'm going to be going over the core base rulebook. So a lot of different races probably won't be showing up just because there are so many in the expanded books and everything. Heck, even my favorite race to play, Kenku, is technically part of one of the expansion books. So I'm going to be going over the base core stuff. Now, with that being said, though, with the introduction of Artificer, I like talking about my bird people, thank you. Artificer, however you want to say it. I think it's Artificer, honestly. Since that has become an official class for D&D, I will be bringing that into it. Now, when I talk about the classes, I'm not going to be going over every single subclass, too, because there are so many subclasses that the different classes can go into. So it's going to be like the base core classes. And I'll discuss what you can go into as your subclass, but not into great detail because those episodes would be lengthy as fuck. So, but that's something I want to get back into. Another thing that I really want to get back into, which technically hasn't even launched yet because there was only a pilot, is Nikki and I, and possibly DX Kramer, I've been talking about running a podcast. Originally, it was mine and Nikki's idea, and we might throw in Paul every once in a while. Is we wanted to start our own podcast, and the name of it was "Is This Even a Podcast?" I really actually want to start getting back into doing that because I had a lot of fun doing it. The one time that we actually recorded it and put it up, and maybe have some friends on there just talking, basically shooting the shit. It's basically a podcast about nothing. We just kind of talk about what we want to talk about, and that's it. And that's something I'd really like to get back up off the ground. There's a few other odds and ends that I have running in my head that I want to do for 2023 for sure. But I don't want to throw it out there and give expectations to people of, oh, this is going to be coming out or this is going to be doing this. So just bear with me as my basically my brain explodes with ideas and I pinpoint. It's like, okay, we're going to work on this now. Now we're going to work on this and then put it together. So those are my initial plans for 2023. Like I said, it has definitely been a roller coaster of a year. There have been some amazing things that have happened. Like I said, we moved into this awesome new apartment that I absolutely love. Just the space, just everything about it is so cool. And honestly, I would not mind staying here and actually living here if, cross fingers, if our landlord ever sold this place. And I would love to make this like our permanent house. But that's along down the future and stuff. And, and we definitely had some lows this year. One of the biggest, in my personal opinion, and I know a lot of people question celebrity deaths and stuff, is many of you know a childhood hero of mine, Jason David Frank, passed away earlier this month due to suicide. And it hit a lot harder than I thought it would. Basically, because I met Jason. He was an amazing guy. He was awesome. I got to talk to him for a few minutes and stuff whenever I got to meet him back in 2018, and he was genuinely an awesome guy. And two, that's a childhood hero for me. I looked up to this man and his character that he portrayed as a hero and an influence for some of the morals that I hold dear today even. So, but, with every year, there's always ups and downs, but I still feel like I said near the beginning of this video, I felt like, people are still trying to process 2020 and we're going into 2023. So I'm hoping that my theory stands true and we are going to be going to some really good years in the future. Yes. Yeah, that is true. We did lose Betty White at the end of 2021, warning us about 2022. So maybe that was it. Who knows? But, like I said, hopefully, the next year and years after that are going to be better and better and hopefully get better. Because, we're still in a state of recovery, in my personal opinion. you know, everything is slowly starting to get back to normal a little bit, but we're still in the process, in my opinion. You know, I know it seems like COVID is just a thing of the past now, but the truth is it's still affecting people, unfortunately. And, you know, we're still trying to find our way to deal with it and do better about it and basically keep on moving, not only as a country, but the rest of the world as well. And I'm hoping that the next few years prove to continue to recover and grow from it, because it's showing that it slowly is, but just in my personal opinion, I'd like to be a little bit faster, even though I know you can't rush progress. But, you know, there's more things that I feel like some people could be doing, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, but that is going to be it for 2022. Like I said, I'm going to be actually pretty busy the next few days for the holidays. I'm actually going to be going out of town, visiting my future in-laws and hanging out with them for Christmas, and then possibly going to Universal after Christmas before New Year's happens. So, like I said, I'm going to be very busy, so I probably won't be on social media for a while until after the beginning of the new year. What? I'm talking about, like, posting shit. Like, not staying off of social media, like checking on it, but like posting stuff. I made my last video on TikTok for the year, thank you. If somebody would pay attention, they'd know that. I honestly think that's the perfect way to end this episode, to be 100% honest. So, guys, thank you all very much for your continuing support. I will see you guys in 2023. Until then, guys, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you choose to celebrate, and have a very Happy New Year. Until then, guys, for 2022, this is Crow Murder 15, signing off.